Hey, Alexis Love Beauties and Flawless Men. Floss. I just want to drop this video real quick about floss. I was talking to someone the other day and he was telling me how bats are very, very dangerous breeds of, I don't even know what a bat is, an animal, an insect. I don't even know what a bat is, but he was telling me how bats goes to the restroom every 28 days, right? So that means they bladder be filled up. They don't even use the bathroom. Some of these animals too, God made everything, but some of these animals is not God's animals either. I don't think no bat is God's animal. That's on period. I don't think no snake is God's animal. Even though he made them, those are not things that represent him. He said the bat goes to the restroom every 28 days. And when the bat urinates, it's deadly. It causes valley fever. And he was telling me how, I guess in the United States or in our city or in our country, it's rare to get that. And what happens is it affects everything. It affects your brain. It affects everything. If a bat was to urinate on you or come in contact or anything, because I guess he had a physical contact with the bat trying to help someone, that thing was dangerous and it caused him just health complications that sounds like can't be reversed. But in the name of Jesus, we're going to pray life and speak life over him, that he shall live and he shall not die. That's on period. Thank you, Jesus, for his life in advance. I just wanted to start that off. And he was saying how they carry over 200 diseases and viruses. Our animals, they live outside. And not only that, they're different from us. So they don't do the different things that we do. They're created differently. We have to be cautious of what it is that we're coming in contact with. We need to be cautious even if we come in contact with somebody's dog, somebody's cat. Y'all know how we'll get a stray animal. And people love animals. You can get them. Just make sure that you're taking care of everything. Definitely make sure if it's a foreign animal, you're taking care of that. I threw the flossing here because that goes for our eating as well. We have learned so much about going to the doctor and the dentist to where we don't have to keep going if we do what they ask us to do. Yeah, dentists, they love their clients, and of course they want you to come back, but they don't want you to come back in bad health. Eventually, we cannot be dependent on them. We have to take what they gave us and go out there and do what we need to do. We need to go out there and fly and take care of ourselves. But I think a lot of the times we get dependent. When we're eating foods, be careful with the foreign foods. Do your research. If you're eating foreign fruits, I ate foreign fruits. Do the research. Get the benefit information about that. The food, I understand that in some countries, and people do this when they have knowledge. I understand that some countries, they do eat different things like bats and different things like that. But just be cautious when you're eating things. Anything that you eat, it needs to come out of your teeth. When you eat something, first of all, that animal has hormones, that animal has a brain, that animal has a heart, that animal has a spirit. That animal probably been injected with something else as well. Their hormone is thrown off. If the animal was not slain in a good environment, in a clean environment, if the animal was not free range, organic, if it was not lean and it had a good life when it passed away, and now you're eating it, this is another sign of how we get. Not only do we get soul ties from people and different items and objects, it's also our food as well. We have to be careful with the food that we eat. Now, I've been hearing a lot of people say this, which I believe to be true as well, because you know, people in the world want to act like only a certain amount of people have dominion over everything when that's not true. But this is where we need to learn, because now everybody is trying to be healthier. Of course, people is going to start doing things to the food, like taking the seeds out of the fruit. If it don't have seeds, it don't need to be eaten. God told us already in Genesis, fruitful and multiply. Every animal and fruit will yield after its kind. Ain't no way that a banana can yield after a watermelon. That's just not how it's supposed to go. But that's how it's going, because these fruits don't have seeds anymore. If it say seedless, don't get it. Save yourself the trip. Save yourself the money. Save yourself the not getting the benefits. I had a watermelon that was seedless. I tried it because it's been over 2 years since I had seen a watermelon with seeds. Now, I know I can go to my farmer's market and I haven't. I've been looking in the grocery store. There's no such thing as a watermelon that got seeds no more. It's rare. So when I had that seedless watermelon, it spoiled. It stank. It stank. Yes, everything has an expiration date, but it stank. I cut it up, took some to work, and it tastes kind of sour. I was like, ugh. Then in a little with 24 hours, probably less than that, it just stank, and it had a bad smell, and it all just kind of like seeped in. It wasn't even the form of watermelon no more. It kind of like it was mushy. Don't get nothing that don't have no seeds in it. Everything needs to be able to yield after its kind. That's just like men and women. We need to be able to yield after our kind. 2 women, you can't yield after your kind. It's not gonna happen. 2 men, you can't yield after your kind. It's not gonna happen. But that's another video for a later day. Actually, go ahead and watch The Perfect Covenant, and I'll leave those videos down below. That's what that explains. Just period. But when you eat something, it does have to come back out of your mouth. You have to clean your mouth and clean your teeth. If we got gaps, we love the gaps. We can get in there easy, do what we have to do. If you don't have gaps and all of your teeth are put together, when you eat, that stuff is still in your mouth. When you brush your teeth, it's gonna just come off the surface. You have crowns of your teeth, you have gums. This is how we get gum disease and all of the other different things in our mouth, infections, inflammation in the mouth, because we're not cleaning our mouths. Brushing our teeth 2 times a day is fine, but we have to get that food out in a deeper sense. We have to deep clean. So we need to floss. With all of these animals we're eating, we need to get them back out of our body. Another good video to watch, the number 1 detox to have. When we eat, these things need to come back out of our body. We're not no animal. Everything is just for pleasure. It's supposed to be for pleasure. It's supposed to be for taste. It's supposed to be for temporary satisfaction. When it get in your body, you still not tasting the steak. So I had steak last night, and it was good at that moment. Butter dripping, rosemary was hitting, right? After it's gone, you might still got a little taste of it at the back of your tongue. When it gets in your body and it's settled in your body, you're not tasting the steak no more. So it's just sitting in your body if it does not come back out. Everything needs to come back out. You still got butter in your teeth, butter in your gums. You got hidden steak in your teeth. Then after so long, we'll be wondering, dang, why I feel like my tooth back here hurting? It's always that back tooth, because that food is still in there. Get you some floss. Get the food out of your teeth. Take care of your oral hygiene. Something I'll never forget what my dentist told me. He said, you need to start flossing your teeth. He said, do you know the same plaque that's in your mouth is the same plaque around your heart? You can tell by your external beauty what's going on with your internal beauty. If I got acne, something is not right on the inside. Something is overproducing, and something is not right. If my skin is loose, my skin is saggy, that could be due to stress. It could be anything going on the inside. Begin to pay attention. If my skin is always dry and broken up, something is missing. Something is missing. It's nothing wrong with meat. It's nothing wrong with snacks with moderation. And doing that, just when we talk about snacks and changing, yeah, things are going to take time. We just have to learn how to do things in moderation. Everything is in portion control. Like I said, we need a certain amount of salt, sugar, all of these different things. But we have to learn how to do it in moderation. Then we wouldn't have no problems, period. You can eat a little 6-ounce steak every now and again, but we need a whole 16-ounce. We need 2 16-ounces with the Irish butter. It'd be too much. And then us not following up with that, it's still in our mouth, it's still in our body. So the purpose of this video is just to be careful when you're going out, or you might see they'll go for any type of animal. A lot of animals, and even if they are from God, like I said, animals are going through different things as well. Animals are alive like we are alive. They have periods like we have periods. They get yeast infections like we get yeast infections. They are another species, but they still go through different things. They get stressed out. Now you're eating some steak, and then out of nowhere you stressed out. You don't know. You thinking it's just regular life. No, you took on someone else's hormones, just like having sex with somebody. It's a soul tie. You had sex with this person, they depressed, now you depressed. You were straight, now you don't know what's happening. We have to be cautious of the different things, people, objects, locations. Just being cautious about where we're at, what we're doing, what we're eating. Something I keep hearing people say, and I'm going to keep on playing this until it get in my cerebellum, to just get in the back of my mind on how to actually put this to use. People are saying, this is coming from professional doctors, when I eat this, we need to start questioning. When I eat this, am I loving myself or am I harming myself? Eating a donut, yes, I want the sugar. Am I harming myself or am I loving myself? Is it going to cause me diabetes? Is it going to cause my skin to break out? I just learned that too much sugar, gives us yeast infections. Now, I thought it was just the baby wipes. Possibly still could be. Using tissue, because tissue got chemicals in it as well. Bleach and recycled garbage and tissue and all that other stuff. The baby wipes do work. The baby wipes do help. But I'm just learning that sugar too throw you off. Sugar throw off the pH of your skin. It can be anything, throwing off the acne, throwing off the yeast, throwing off the balance. So let's just begin to be more careful when we're in public places. Even if you have an animal, make sure that you're taking care of that animal. Make sure that that animal is going to the doctor, getting what they need. We're different species, but when we're in contact with them, when we're eating them, we do get a part of their life. We have a soul tie with them. We have a relationship with them. Like I always like to tell people, if it's something that you're trying to cut out, like the steak. Steak has its own fat. Steak has its own grease. Steak has its own butter. All of those things, and we like to overdo it. If you're somebody that's trying to learn how to just cut down on stuff, start taking stuff away from it. I've been eating meat like that, but I haven't really been buying a lot of meat. Well, I kind of been eating meat. Just if you look forward to wanting to stop something or slow something down, you have to start gradually just taking away from it. So say, I always love the example of steak. Say you eat steak. Stop buying a 16 ounce, buy a 6 ounce. Buy a 4 ounce steak. And then stop buying the butter. So now this time, eat it baked. Don't fry it on the stove. Bake the steak. Instead of using the butter, use just a little bit of butter. Eventually, if you stop doing everything that you was doing with all the extra butter and all of this, then you won't even want it no more. You won't have the desire for it no more, because I'm not about to eat no dry steak. You cut the seasoning back, then you're going to be like, I don't want this no more. So that's the ultimate goal, and us beginning to be, more mature and responsible with our lives, with ourselves, so that way we don't have these other complications. Do your extended research. Like I say, I love the organic meats when I eat meats, the grass-fed, wild-caught meats, because these animals are eating from the earth. These animals are not being pumped with hormones and different things like that. People are having these animals in their own land. These animals are farm raised. They're getting the nutrition that they need. They're eating the grass that they need to eat from the world. So now they're giving us, come on, Jesus, they're giving us back the nutrition that we need from the world. We know that different things from the world helps us. Come on, Jesus. Like God said in Revelation, he said when the devil was after the woman in the garden, God said that the world opened her mouth and she helped the woman. The world and the devil was fighting. This in the spirit. The world and the devil was fighting. The world was fighting to protect the woman, because the devil was trying to devour her first seed. Now she got able to flee. She ran in the garden, and the mouth of the world helped the woman. That's what the world want to do to us, for us. The world wants to help us. God said the herb is used for me. You can put that on tropical. Anything that you can eat, you can drink, you can use on your internal beauty and your external beauty. That's how you know that's to go. Like sea moss. You can put sea moss on your skin to tighten your face, to bring everything. Sea moss is the #1 face skin corrector and everything. You get all of the vitamins that you need in your skin, and everything balances out. Not only can you use it on the outside, you can eat sea moss. I just learned that you can cook with sea moss. I seen somebody make some sea moss cookies, different things like that. This is why God says the herb is used for meat, because you're able to use it internal and externally. You can't rub no steak on your skin and get rid of no dry skin. You can't do it. But you can do that with some aloe vera, and you can also eat this plant. Do your extended research. Be sure if you have an animal, different animals that you come in contact with, maybe you go to the zoo, just things are changing. So just be always on top of everything. Make sure that you're looking around the house, keeping the house clean as well, getting clutter out of the house as well. It rids different rodents and spiders and different things that could just come in. Like, our house is still outside. It still sits on the foundation of the ground, so bugs and ants can get in and different things like that. Just be more aware of what it is that you're around, what it is that you're taking in your body. When you're eating animals or foreign fruits or foreign animals, make sure to do your research, like the oxtails and different stuff like that. I'm to the point now to where I want to see how these animals be raised. I want to see how they be slaughtering these animals in a different I want to see what part of the body that this come from and all of these things, because sometimes I think we do a little much now. But that's okay. If it's okay, I can understand we're in different parts of the world. Come and teach us. Come and educate us in America. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Come and educate me. Let me know, hey, you know, this is why we eat this animal. Maybe you need to try some because it's good for this. I had some, I forgot what it was called, but I tried some bird meat before. And it was crazy because like hamburger meat. It cooked like hamburger meat and it was absolutely delicious. I got it from my granary store. And I don't remember what the bird was, but I only think it's one type of bird that you can eat. And it was delicious. Now, it's not something I do all the time, but I was like, I wanted to do something different. I wanted to experiment. That's fine. Just make sure you do your extended research. Do your extended research. Make sure that you floss. Make sure your oral hygiene is taken care of. Make sure the animals that you have, they're taken care of. That way we're all taken care of. When you vacation and different things like that, you're going to the zoo. Maybe it's your first time you want to have a bird on your shoulder or something like that. Always do your extended research when you come in contact with different species of animals. Alexis owes you. Mwah.